The presentation I'm making this afternoon is on behalf of Professional Services Advisory Group of Project Management Institute, USA, and is on organizational project management. As you can see from the slide, this is the Professional Services Advisory Group of Project Management Institute. We have a representation from all over the globe. You can see somebody there, Sai Bazang from China, Nada from Jordan, Middle East, Raju from India, Brenda from Canada, Sarah from South America, Terry from Europe, Claudia from US, Ivo from Colombia, Lambert from Africa, and Folake representing Africans in USA. So I'm speaking our voice here today. Yes, in this kind of presentation, I used to start with a preamble. It's unfortunate, this was supposed to be a small movie clip, but I don't know why it's not playing. But nevertheless, you will still get everything it's all about. This preamble is a bit poetic, so I plead with you to listen carefully. Imagine a situation whereby the dancer appeared from nowhere and joined the dancing troupe. He danced with energy and gusto, with sweat streaming down his smiling face. You know, dancing. And suddenly it became clear to spectators that something is amiss with the dancer's style. It hardly matched the beat of the music. It was strange and outdated. It was like Kokoma in the age of hip-hop. I don't know if you remember what Kokoma is. People from the South, you know, at the age of hip-hop and breakdance, somebody is dancing Kokoma. It was actually 60s in the 2010s. Nevertheless, he danced on completely, enthralled by his own dance steps, oblivious of the bemused stare all around him. He was in his own world, enjoying himself. This dance, what was it all about? The dance was a dress rehearsal in the honor of the Nigerian president of 7th Republic, who was on a state visit in 2011 as part of his nationwide familiarization tour. But the dancer style was causing obstruction and distraction instead of providing the desired utility. Wait a minute, the music stopped, and the PMO manager, the conductor, calmly walked to the dancer and requested his identity. John Dodo is my name, and I am here to honor our most respected president, the Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. He replied, The PMO manager who was the conductor, nodded in understanding. He remembered a certain John Dodo who was mad in the 60s, but was cured in the 2010s. The reason for this strange dancing style became clear. The dancer could only connect from where he left off before insanity set in. What a way to live, unchanging in a changing world. And so, what shall we call a nation that implements organizational project practices of 19th century in the 21st century? The dancer, I guess. That's the preamble. Yes. Was moving too fast, sorry. Whether he was dancing, I don't know. Yeah, there was a study carried out by Gartner in year 2008. Hundred and 30 organizations were surveyed, and they were asked what was their most important success criterion. The chart you're seeing on the slide, was kind of categorized responses. Well, some people said to support revenue, 19%. Well, if our project is completed on time, they said 12%. 20% of the people interviewed also said, well, enhances competitive position, stays within scope of the original design, 9%. Project that supports innovation, 0%. Project that aligns with company strategy, 29%. Well, completed on budget, 19%. So it became clear that aligning projects with organizational strategy was the most preferred. So agenda for this presentation, standing on that survey, I will, this afternoon, tell us what OPM3 is. Also, OPM. Who should be interested in OPM3? What value would OPM, what value is it providing? How does OPM work? How is OPM measured? How to get started? So what is OPM3? OPM3 is an acknowledgement that projects, program, and portfolio in and of itself cannot work alone. It is not enough to consistently achieve results or sustain competitiveness if you, in an organization, you pick only project and you are doing project without knowing why the project. Because in some organizations, you do project as a result of already known strategy. From strategy, you break it down to portfolios, from portfolio to programs, from programs to projects. So if we are all, well, project management certified and we are just doing projects, it doesn't make sense. So OPM3 is, well, I don't want to use the word tool, but as time goes on, we will know more about OPM3. So OPM3 brings both projects, program, portfolio, and tie them to organizational strategy, of course, for organizational success. So, that organizational success, sometimes we have people that are working towards kind of losing weight. But it could be amazing too that some people will pick on, yes, let's do workout, exercises. Some people may choose dieting is the way, and frequent measurement. But I have an opportunity to see, well, I do some kind of sports. People will come and work out, and at the end of the game, or at the end of working out, 5 bottles of big stout will go down the drain with all sorts of things, and it doesn't help matter. Just because they are taking on individual activities without, aligning the whole thing on what the objectives are. I keep trying to lose weight, but it keeps finding me. That's it. Keep trying to lose weight, doing the same thing all over and all over again without aligning them together and without looking for new ways to do them. The same weight we are all trying to lose will still find us. So I've been giving signal to hurry up, so you please bear with me if I move the pace. But seriously, better results come from the execution of strategy combined with high performance. Just like combination of diet and exercise, better organizational results come from combining the right people and measuring the process in order to continuously improve. What is OPM? Organizational project management. It's about integrating your people, processes, and acknowledge across all domains of project management. When we say all domains of project management, it means project, program, portfolio. Based on your value strategy for your target market as the means to achieve better performance, better results, and a sustainable competitive advantage for your company. Who should be interested in OPM? Well, the expected answer would be that every organization should not be interested. I don't know if it's true. But that is not true. The reality is that being interested is not enough. Yes, all organizations should be interested in OPM, OPM3. It's not enough. Here comes testimonials from organizational practitioners, one from a PMO and the other from an OPM3 certified professional. Every PMO wants to improve. I wanted to objectively determine where our PMO was in maturity stroke lifestyle cycle, leverage best practices, and if needed, make effective improvements to our processes. That's from a PMO practitioner. Then the other one is from Brenda Comfort. He's a certified professional and he's an OPM3 trainer. I said OPM3 has opened doors for discussions with leadership and other levels of management to be able to truly evoke organizational project management improvements. I'm able to develop long-term relationships with clients working together on continuous improvement by looking at their organization as a system of integrated processes that produce business results. So, what value OPM provides? Of course, it's better performance, better results, and a sustainable competitiveness. According to a new study from Merit System Protection Board, the federal agency that has the largest number of employees in the US who believe they are valued and that their work is important, of course, is NASA and Homeland Security. That's the last on the list. So what OPM3 does is to make your organizational project management and your organizational performance to have better results and sustainable competitiveness. We have been hearing about return on investment. A lot of times, of course, I'm asked, what is return on investment? My response is that return on investment is a mathematical equation that uses input to provide numerical answer. But is it really what it is? OPM3 works with the organization to transform itself in a balanced system of nature, of what they do and the nature of environment they create to support the activities that will deliver results. Like any process, OPM has its inputs. Of course, these are the organizational businesses towards their strategy. You can see from here, vision. From vision to strategy, from strategy to portfolio management, from portfolio management to program management, from program management to project, from project to results, from results to success. In clear terms, let's even take it, in a lively manner. If, for instance, do I say an organization, they want to have a market share, maybe they did 2 billion naira last year, and this year they come and say, no, since our vision is to provide our services, these services 1, 2, 3 to the public, and we want to make, instead of 2 billion naira we made last year, we want to make 20 billion naira this year. That's a vision. Then the question is the vision. How do you realize it? It means you have to come up with strategies. Do we build more outlets? That's number one. Yeah, we can do that by training our people That's strategy number 2. We can do that by marketing campaign. You see, that vision has moved into several strategies. From the strategies, we now begin to develop portfolios based on each strategy. You can say, okay, building outlets. You have a land procurement portfolio, people in charge of, all sorts of things, getting land, getting the building approval, develop portfolio, wrap up portfolio around that, marketing portfolio. From there, it graduates to programs. From there, that is where project management comes in. So why I'm spending time to explain this is that, so that we are project managers, we work in organizations. At each point in time, when we are working on any project, it's good to trace back. Of course, for you to work in an organization, you know the vision of the organization. It's now for you to know the strategy they are working on and the portfolio and program giving birth to your project. From there, you can get results and, of course, success. This is another chart showing, a study. Out of on time in budget, scope creep, meet goals / intent, increase in projects, questions were asked. And this one shows use throughout the organization. The blue, used by most, not at all, used by and all that. Then, out in time and budget, you can see the results, 51 based on these parameters. Scope creep, the same thing, but it boils down to this last one that says increase in projects that meet goals. So, what are we saying? It has 76, 64 of these, 44 and 33. It's called the highest. So that meeting goals should be when you tie them back, the goals to the program portfolio that gave birth to the project. So how is OPM measured? That's where OPM 3 comes in. If we have seen that the organizational success depends on organizational project management, because we don't want to have individual stars as project managers without organizational support. How is it measured? How do we get started? First of all, knowledge foundation. There is a standard, OPM 3 standard. It started in 2003, had first edition. Second edition is still operational. We are still working on the third edition of the standard. It provides the knowledge base, how one can prepare for assessment and all that. Then it takes to the next cycle of assessment itself, perform assessment. If you're satisfied with the result, then you move on to improvement, plan for improvement, and implement improvement. Then you repeat the process. That's the 5 simple steps. So, wow, you don't jump. Well, it takes us, how do we get started? There is a standard benchmark. It's about the last slide anyway. Standard benchmark. Before, it used to be self-assessment. It's just about 50 questions. You can get that from any certified professional. If you contact Project Management Institute on how you can get started with organizational project management, they will direct you on how you can purchase standard benchmark. It's just about 50 questions, you know, for self-assessment. You do that, you know your level in the maturity. It's not a matter of yes or no answer. There is no organization that can achieve 100% success in the continuum. So the idea is to know where you are based on your value strategy, and then you plan how to move out of that depending on your resources. Then from there, if you need further help, you can now approach the professional services, you know, the certified professionals, to conduct an assessment for you. What will the assessment do? The assessment is about, you know, administering some protocol questions in order to know the maturity of your organization on how to handle projects. It can be scoped in any way, project, program, portfolio, because we have also realized that some organizations may be doing only project management. But again, there's a way of tracking the origin of those projects, you know. Then from there, you do good projects. There is also a community of practice for organizational project management. If you go to PMI website, www.pmi.org, look for communities. You see a community of practice for organizational project management. You read about it, because definitely from the presentations made yesterday, you can see that, yeah, sometimes we have good strategy, sometimes we have good portfolio, but carrying out the projects to meet expected results becomes a problem. Then if you want to be a consultant, you can go ahead and you now start asking for certification and training. So, thank you. Any questions, I'm willing to answer. Thank you for listening.